On this episode, we're going to talk about confidence. We're going to talk about ego. We're going to touch on social media. It's brought to you by MaxEffortMuscle.com for all your supplement needs. Danny, arms are looking great. Cole, deep episode. A lot of good stuff. Though.
This is a lock rocker. This episode will make you ask yourself some questions about, why am I feeling this way? What can I do to build some confidence? Is my ego too much? Is it too low? It's a heater.
I think this episode you're going to start off and you're going to hear us be talking about some serious shit, and you're going to go, I don't think I want to listen to this today. But I think that you guys need to listen to this one. Yeah. I think you guys will take something away from it.
Again, this is probably what you need to hear. It might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you fucking need to hear.
Yeah. Danny?
Wow. What a follow-up. Yeah. Got to put the work in, have the hard conversations with yourself, and give us a listen.
The key is it's not with anyone else. It's with yourself. Mm-hmm. All right, it's roll the show. All right, the Roundtable. I'm your boy, Corey G. That's at Small Arms Danny, at Trey Speed, and the graphic gangster himself, Cole Susak. What's good? What's good, fellas? What's good?
Chilling.
We are climbing the charts.
We are,
yeah.
So make sure you guys give us a 5-star review, obviously a positive rating, and
share with their friends.
Yeah, share with your friends. We really need that because the financial episode got a lot of good feedback. So did Teddy Gann. Literally every episode's been a wanger banger so far.
For sure.
That's all we put out is only wanger bangers.
Yes. Eggplant only. I mean, there's also some action. If you're on audio, you might not see the visual, but I have got they call this a handlebar mustache.
Yes.
And this thing is, I did it to surprise my friends today. Now Rachel has not seen it yet.
Rachel's his wife.
Rachel's my wife. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I would like to get her complete, honest,
real time.
And she's got to be. I'm hoping she's up and moving around. So I mean, it's fucking 10 o'clock. She better be. All right, are we ready? Let's see. And then
this one's better.
Keeping the straight face. Come on, hit the rings.
Declined.
Yeah, right. She's like, fuck off. 3. Come on, Ray. All right, we might have to move on.
She's gonna call back though.
Yeah, she'll call. Cool. She'll call back for sure. We'll get back to it.
Can we give like the breakdown of get stacked? What is this number, like 82 or 83 or something like that?
I think it's 82.
The pump burglar. Can we talk about your experience with this alter ego you have with the beard?
Well, no, this is what happened. I went and slept on a fucking boat for a week in the Caribbean. Literally slept outside on the boat on a fucking sailboat. Came back with a beard and just ready to like fucking tear shit up. Been squatting fucking heavy. I've been fucking just living life to the fullest. And then today I went home and I was like, my beard is fucking itching like a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think I'm going like Louis Handlebar mustache. And I'm just bringing that out and I just want to see people's reactions. And I thought it'd be fun to talk about on the podcast. I've never had this before.
Yeah, because you've been getting a lot of great feedback on the beard. I've really never seen you with the beard, so it's kind of like weird for me.
Because I look fucking old.
The people love it, and
the people love it.
Yeah, and basically it's just like
everyone likes it, but my family.
It's your alter ego.
So Annan's like, Dad, shave it. Madeline's like, Dad, you look old. Rachel's like, you're like a bristle pat, like a fucking brush when I'm trying to kiss you, like because I don't know if it's just like my nationality, like the Italian shit's like real, like it's like real bristly and coarse, and so like everyone outside of my family loves it except for, so I'm hoping maybe they'll like this one better.
Are you more or less confident or the same?
Oh, I'm less confident for sure, but I feel like I'm hiding. So it's weird because no one recognizes me for a second, at least for a couple seconds. Like I'll say hi to people around town and they'll go, "Oh, Corey." It is a shock. So, no, because I think I'm not used in my mind, which Rachel said this is definitely in my mind. When I'm leaned up and shit, I feel a lot younger than I actually am. Whether I look, that's to be determined. But in my mind, I feel and look, I feel like I look younger.
I got you.
When you're white and in the beard and you're like half powerlifting, you're not feeling like real confident from that standpoint, right? So it is a little different for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just like, because it's just different.
I just love it because, since you came back from vacation, you're like, I'm like lifting heavier. I'm trying to like stay bigger. Blah.
Yeah.
I'm going to compete like that. You've literally been a different person. So
Yes.
you are the pump burglar. It's your alter ego. He's back, but now with this handlebar mustache, it's the pump bandit. So things are getting real.
I'm just curious to see how long it lasts. We're gonna have the handlebar counter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never had a mustache.
Super inspiring though.
Thank you,
it's
Cole.
really super inspiring, just
wait, hold on. What part's inspiring about
it's
it, Cole?
just you get comfortable sometimes, and now this is
I threw a wrench at it,
and the handlebar is a complete shock, and you're basically pushing it to the extreme now. But now it's probably so extreme that you feel even more better.
So this feels better than the beard to me
because it's so like outlandish.
Yes.
So
I actually gained confidence by going to this over top of the beard. The beard felt too normal to me. Not normal that I've operated like that, but like I need like more like outrageous shit.
You're inspiring me to like do something with my
chops.
Yes.
Chops.
The chops?
Yes.
Maybe,
Please.
maybe.
Hey.
I'm just super inspired. I just want to say this is awesome.
Yeah.
Just start making subtle changes though. Just like little small changes each week.
I mean, if I could grow an afro with this mustache though, that would be
I always say like the very first thing Corey ever told me when I met him was the first thing he said to me was, I want an afro. That was the very first thing he told me.
Real thoughts out here in the streets, Trey.
Shout out Trey.
Yeah, shout out Trey.
On like a Wednesday squad day or some shit.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, my honesty will come out right out the gate. I've had FOMO about afros my entire life. I finally met a guy with a great afro, and I can comment on it. And I can't have one, so.
Yeah. And I feel like every time you see me, you're just reminded.
I am. Now with your hair a little shorter, not as much. When
not
it
right
was
now,
out, the last couple of months, I was jealous every day, for sure. But you might be jealous of this mustache because I'm guessing you probably can't grow one like this.
I can't grow facial
hair. Yeah.
So this is, I guess, a great segue into the topic we want to talk about was confidence.
In the ego.
Yes.
For sure. No, it is a great segue, actually, in a roundabout way. But I think that we do all these things in a very consistent nature, right? Whether it's exercise and working out, or exercise and workout, same thing, but business, to be more confident people. So, and it's like when you're leading with true confidence, you're going to get a better result. When you're leading with fake confidence, if the result's there, it's going to be very short term, and then real people actually will fucking like sniff it out. And so some people can get away with it longer than others. The fake it till you make it shit. Some people, don't get away with it at all because they can't fake it and people read right through it. But it's like one of those things, like in our world, especially because we talked about social media a little bit before this episode too, it's probably at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Of highlights, fake confidence. And so I always thought to myself, and this could sound arrogant, but like I know I'm actually confident. So I know I'm a fucking win. Because I know most people just are not. Now there's different degrees of it, just like we talked about, that I have it more or less in times of the year. That has to do with how I look, feel, training. It has a lot of factors, right? But if the baseline is at a point where you know that you can execute and you're always supporting it with these things around you, then I think you're going to fucking win. And I think what we try to teach people with an episode like this is that what is your real strategy based around? What are you? And that's what we're trying to teach with the Lunge and Learn Network in general. It's like we're promoting, do some type of fucking exercise and feed your brain at the same time. That's a win-win. So I don't know if anybody ever really, a lot of people really think like, what's my actual strategy to build my confidence? So I don't know, you guys maybe can talk about like and weigh in on just like as you started to uncover that for yourself. And it could have been within sports, lifting, whatever business. Danny, you're looking like you're in deep thought.
I am in deep thought. I mean, we've talked about this before on previous podcasts, but I don't generally think of myself as an everyday confident person.
Yeah.
Like it's something I really have to like consciously try and work on.
Yeah, like you're executing a strategy daily to make that up.
Yeah, because if that starts to slip, then the confidence is going to suffer for sure. But
I have a small schmeckle that has something.
Get the fuck out of here.
God, sorry.
Yeah. You just had to get that one in.
Yeah.
He's been sitting on that for 10 minutes.
Yeah. He's been saying it a lot lately.
Yeah. It's such a weird word. Go ahead, please, Danny.
Great talk. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I just think about like the foundation, just like digging a deep enough foundation for your skyscraper, pretty much.
I like that.
Like if you're gonna go 6 6 inches into the ground, it's not gonna go very well. It's like a house of cards. It's gonna crumble. So like it's all about the long game for me. So just like putting in the reps after reps after reps every day, the small things. That's what makes the most sense to me. So that's where I live. And
think about when you rucked that fucking day. How long was that? 100 miles on your own.
Yeah.
And you didn't have music then either, right?
No, there's nothing.
Yeah. So like, talk about like when you attack something like that. Doesn't it just like kind of uptick? And that's like an event in my mind that it might waver, but it's not going to then potentially go below after you accomplish something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like it sounded more crazy leading up to it, and now like it doesn't sound as crazy to me. Mm-hmm. Just because I know exactly what I have to do.
Give them the background on what you did too, Danny, just real quick.
I mean,
I'm assuming everybody listened to that, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I've done like various distances. If you're not familiar with rucking, it's essentially taking a backpack and throwing it on your back and walking.
Of 50 pounds.
I had 30 for this one. Okay. But anyway, so I've done like different distances, but I was deciding which one to do, and I ended up picking 100 miles. So
a self-inflicted 100 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah. So that was I just
nothing
wanted
in the ear.
It was nothing in the ear.
Nothing in the ears. Yeah. So it was really just to see like where your mind kind of goes at certain points, whether it's 24 hours in, 36 hours in, because you really don't know until you put yourself in there. There's no way to mimic that. So my thing was like, even now, like my minimum pretty much every single day is 2 miles, like absolutely no matter what, plus the lunges. And I know, that's going to produce what I need at least at a baseline to take care of my feet.
After you lift weights too.
Yeah.
Squeeze me.
Yeah.
Lift weights, ruck, lunge. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's really just callousing your mind every single day to make yourself more confident so you can keep raising the bar, which there's been a progression the whole time. I didn't just like go out and do 100 miles. Like I did a 12 mile, multiple
small
26s, 50, stuff like that.
But when you push yourself to certain events like that, that's what, like when I did the muscle trifecta where I did the 3 events in one weekend, I can never not, like, I know that's in me. No matter what I feel like, how banged, like I knew that I was able to push myself. So there's a level of confidence I gained from weathering that Olympic lifting meet one day, powerlifting meet or bodybuilding show and powerlifting meet all in the same weekend that made me different inside here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that's what the 100 miles does for you. So it's like there's always going to be a level past like, I know I got that in me. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what those type of things do for your overall confidence.
Yeah, that, and then a concept that I constantly am revisiting is Goggins with the David Goggins with the cookie in the jar thing. Like back in May, this was the most difficult event I had done up to this point, but maybe I don't know, 30 hours in, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you're suffering and you're like sitting and like this sucks.
You signed up to do that.
You're just riding this roller coaster, and when you hit the low points though, and then I think back to the 100 miles, I'm like, you were doing this for 42 hours. Like you're fine. Like you're fine. And then you just kind of push through, or if you need to use a different event, like I don't know. It's interesting.
Fucking epic. You guys there's some fucking good knowledge being dropped over on this side of the room. What do you got over there, fellas? What you got, Trey?
So, I mean, similar to Danny, like I would say that I never viewed myself as like a confident person.
And by the way, being honest about that, both you guys, is epic because I think that most people probably feel that way.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, like, I always felt like that until we kind of talked about this on a podcast. Like, it wasn't that long ago, if I remember correctly. But, like, I was kind of thinking about it where, like, I even to this day still thought that I wasn't a confident person.
Yeah.
But after we did that podcast and I thought about it a little bit more, I realized certain actions I placed throughout my day that I partake in or whatever, like, I can feel the confidence in them just by even doing that action in the first place.
What was part about the show or the topic that made you aware of that, Trey? Do you remember?
I don't really remember specifically.
Okay.
I just think like my ability like to kind of like be willing to do certain like putting myself out there in the first place.
Yeah.
I think is the confidence like improvement.
The consistency of you being on that microphone once a week for the last year, how is that not build you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I guess I more think like for example, like a stock trade, when I'm entering like a swing trade or a day trade, I have to be so confident that day trade is going to go through because it's a day trade and I only have like really one chance. And if I miss, I just like,
so maybe you weren't giving yourself enough credit. When you would say that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that to be true. I mean, if I look at the body of work just since you've been in Columbus, I see a way more confident person, right? But I'm also not looking in the mirror. You're looking in the mirror at yourself. So it's cool to hear you say that you now are seeing it. It's okay to be on the humble side of it.
Yeah.
But that's good, Trey. That's progress. That's what you want.
No, yeah.
And it's been obvious that there's been progress, so you can't deny that, right? So that's good. Trayvon Dier giving himself credit. I really like that. I like where your head's at, Trey. Go ahead, Cole. What's up?
I would think like growing up, I definitely wasn't confident. Like I was overweight, struggle with I was just super shy and stuff like that.
But you weren't born like Mr. Energy?
No, I wasn't. But here's what I'd say is like whenever I got in high school, when I started, like I think taking things to the extreme and like willing to do outlandish shit, it has what helped me gain confidence, like no matter what the situation is. Like in high school, whenever we were working out, that's when I started yelling. Like I started yelling at this. I look good. I feel better because I'm training. And then I start randomly dancing with chicks, doing
all bad after that.
Doing
Tootsie
stuff.
Roll.
No, but doing stuff like that definitely helped me throughout like middle school and high school. Get more confident that way. Yeah. I would say the whole dynamic once social media hit, I started to realize how the people who were fake confident, it kind of made me shy away from that. But now, taking to the extreme where I've created Mr. Energy, I've do Donnie traps, and I'm not it's okay now. I have no issue going into any conversation with that.
Do you think, and I already know this answer, being your total 100% self in those characters then allowed you to be more yourself by Cole Susak?
Yes, because
you already did it and it was received well.
Yeah. Because yelling and being enthusiastic is naturally kind of how I feel. Now it kind of gave me an avenue to let that out. Yes. But now I can do it as now it's just Cole doing it.
Yeah.
And it's
awesome,
cool.
Cole.
But the whole thing with social media is the fake confidence and stuff like that. I've not because I've had a weird mental battle with social media, what people think, am I posting, blah blah blah. But now I realize just no one actually gives a fuck, and no one sees half the shit. So really, I'm just talking to myself on there.
You really are.
So
but you really are just talking to yourself.
Yeah, but because I know the only person that really cares what I'm saying is probably my mom, and even half the time with the social media algorithms, people don't see half the shit. Yeah. So I guess probably people my age probably deal with that more, but just doing the stuff outside has helped.
I kind of wish that I didn't experience it at that young age, but I would like to see how would I have been? If you take Corey from 1995 to 97 and now there's social media, what does that look like? And I really don't know.
Yeah, probably shit.
Yes, probably would have fucking worked though. Because I would say stuff to AG, yo, if old girl she looks good, just tell her she looks good. You know what I mean?
Slide at the DMs.
But that's what you would do now, right? Exactly. Where I would be just hollering at them in person, showing up at their house. So it's but the weights did everything. The weights did
at their house.
Oh, I told Madeline because this little boy is hollering at her. I'm I would show up with roses. In 8th grade at girl's house meeting the dad.
See, that would never happen for me.
So I was definitely I'm telling you, I saw one fucking shoulder cut and it was a fucking wrap. And I thought it was Vanilla Ice. Get the fuck out of here. There wasn't no white dudes dancing like me except for Dustin out where we're from. We had all in the Tommy Hilfiger boxers hanging out.
Fuck. Could you imagine your IG account, what it would look like? It would just be you shirtless
constantly.
And over again.
It's like that anyway. I'm 42. You think motherfuckers going to change? So anyway, my point is that I understand that I think the weightlifting changed a lot for me so early that I got a true confidence because it was probably manufactured even greater than it should have been, but it is what happened. One thing Jalen Rose said, he was commenting about another basketball player, and he said, me and him have the same in common. We have an astronomical amount of confidence for no reason. Yeah. Oh shit! Here's Rachel. Oh fuck.
Take 2.
Hey, what's up, Ray? So we're on the podcast, and I thought I'd unveil my new mustache. This is called a handlebar. I wanted to see what your true reaction was.
Speechless.
I mean, could you kiss this mouth or what?
You would ask if you shaved your beard.
Because why? You're on the microphone. Go ahead. No, I was thinking I could use this for the rest of the meet, like about 5-6 weeks. All right, honey. I love you too. I have a lot of confidence though in this today. I see that. Okay, we're gonna go back to the episode. I'm glad you like it. Here, you want to give me a? Yep, I got it. All right, Ray. Love you. Bye.
Jeez, that was amazing.
So anyway, I think that I think it is more natural for some people at other times, but I think the key is the strategy around it. I just don't think people even really think about it. At all.
Like really, like what helped me was going to the extreme. Even in powerlifting, I became a more confident lifter by doing the multiply stuff. Because now I think, just squatting knee wraps or knee sleeves or whatever with heavy weight, it really isn't that bad because I know what the pressure's like to have a shit ton of weight on your back.
I agree with that.
And then Mr. Energy, if I can do Mr. Energy in the office and I just start I'm not afraid to yell out loud in public now, just off the top.
I mean, we were doing interviews in front of the mall that one day. Remember?
Exactly.
You had an astronaut helmet on.
Yeah. So pushing to the extremes, because then you think about it, if I'm afraid to do something, I've done all this crazy shit before, so this really isn't that bad.
It's the reps, bro.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I had a similar sort of situation when I decided to lose weight because I came from this same kind of background or whatever, but my sophomore year in college was when I really started doing your workouts. Mm-hmm. And then that's when my body started changing, and then I got into CrossFit and everything, and I was just all in on working out and then eating better. And then ever since then, it really took off.
Yeah.
So
that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Danny, so I've been pushing you doing more social media content. Can you talk about how being the announcer Danny has impacted your confidence?
Yeah, that's reps. Agreed.
It's reps.
It's actually hard for me to do social media. I don't know. I really have to sit down and think about it for a second. I don't know. It's
so why do you overthink about it then? Is it because of that you're worried? Because I don't really view you as a person who really cares what people think at this point.
Especially now. Because before,
maybe
I felt
before,
I felt I was
now.
On it way more often. I guess mostly Instagram. I never was really into Facebook or whatever. But
is it probably just because it's unnatural? It's just unnatural for you to think about doing stuff like that?
It's very unnatural now, but I think it's funny and fun as shit when we do collaborate on it. That's when that's when it's the most fun for me.
Or once again, because now you have the Small Arms account, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's not serious Danny. It's not D Waldo 3. But it's similar to what Cole's talking about. I think I've seen he's looser with it because he found an angle to it. And it's not just about
it's
Danny
an angle,
Walter.
but also he's had us to push him.
Yeah,
I think having someone to push you to do some stuff to
just
try
the fucking match
try to
things.
Boost your, I mean, you try to push me with the social media stories and told me I had to take over one day. Yeah. And I'm all right, well I have to
trial by fire.
Something. Yeah. So
yeah. I think the other part too that why I withdraw from it is because of stuff like fake confidence. I'm why the fuck am I even looking at this right now? And then I'll just get off it. I'm it's so shallow.
I will say I got weird about social media whenever people started to build their confidence through social media and not internally with themselves. It was because I had X amount of followers or someone like this. Whenever the dialogue became someone like my picture, and that was a big thing, or in high school we'd go to events and we had to take a photo to upload to Instagram, and I started to notice this. I'm shit's getting weird. Like,
There's, like, no
I don't
action
like
to
this.
back
It's
it
not.
up.
It wasn't authentic. We were
Yeah.
just going somewhere so we could get a picture with someone and try to get more
gotcha.
likes, so like some girl would follow us, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I got really weird
That's
after that
fucking
point.
whack.
But so like, where do you guys draw the line at though between whether it's like, let's say you have a task and you say, I'm gonna complete this task today, or like in a manually fashion. Where do you draw the line between that I'm going to murder this task, or it's like ego, like that you just think that you're just gonna do it though? Like, where's the line between confidence and ego though?
Yeah. That's the line of like, you believe that you'll just crush it no matter what. Is that what I'm trying to. So that's what's interesting too, because I always wonder, like, what is that? Like, cause I have that straight up. Like, I know if I'm confident about a certain thing, I don't even feel like I really have to prepare for it, cause I just believe I'll kill it.
Yeah.
So is that actual confidence from 20 years, or is that my ego?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I keep killing it. So it's like,
I think it's impossible to not have ego.
yeah, I think everyone that's successful has a portion of it, right? I think because I've drilled, it's like drilling a fucking free throw. I feel like I've drilled building myself up for so long in so many different areas, especially now. When I had a big long talk with Dan Diani, actually, he told me, he was like, because he's 20 years older than me. And he said he had a guy that he talked to a lot that was 20 years older than him. And he was like, Corey, he's like, you just sound a lot older. And I was like, well, I've been through a lot in the last 20 years as an entrepreneur. But I was like, I've studied a shitload. And I learned from all these old people that are dead, right? So I probably like when I was having talks with him, I sounded more senior than he said than he either expected or had heard from this. And I think it's because like that astronomical amount of time that's been invested into it is like, I don't even know what the number is. It's so much. Mm-hmm. And so it's so way more than I would ever put if I'd have went to school for 5 years, or like, it's not even close. It's like thousands and thousands of hours. And so I sometimes wonder like where that line is for me. And I don't really think about it a lot, but I think that when things come up, my first like thought is always about, I'm gonna fucking blaze that. I'm gonna fucking blaze it because it's in my wheelhouse. But also, if it's not in my wheelhouse, I will do more preparation. So I don't know. There's
definitely there's 100% a line though between confidence and ego, because even like if, let's say you're scrolling a social media post, and let's take someone working out, for example.
I don't think I answered your question very well.
You didn't
Go
answer
ahead.
my question.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm searching for
I know
it.
you didn't.
Yeah.
So like you see, like let's just take like a working out social media post, for example. I feel like back in the day, people would see someone post a video of them working out or a picture of them working out, and and people would look at it like it's an ego thing.
Gotcha.
I think
right.
Okay.
But where's that line between I can tell that this is ego based, or I can tell that this is confidence based? Where's that line at though? Not knowing though that like you know the person personally. And
I gotcha.
And I think, in my opinion,
that's in the eye of the beholder.
Especially for me, and I probably like view other people, stuff like this. Is it authentic to me or to that person? And then are they doing it for like themselves, or are they trying to do it to prove something to someone else? Because, I uploaded a Flex Friday picture. That's pretty authentic to me. If you see me in the gym on Friday, on Flex Friday, I'm doing all kinds of crazy shit, grunting.
Oh yeah, if you're at the gym at 4 a.m. on Friday, all you hear is Cole grunting.
Yeah. I'm not trying to.
It's like a silverback.
Yeah, I'm not trying to curl 1,000,000 pounds just so I can get a picture, and hopefully some other guy who does curls. Like I curl more than you. That's not like a thing. So it's like
you're not a one-upper.
So I think that's where it is. It's just like trying to read like authenticity of people.
But my point though is that some people might look at your post though when you post Flex Friday though, and they go, "Oh, Cole's just posting pictures of him curling again. He thinks he's fucking sick again on Friday."
Yeah. So okay,
and I know Cole personally though, so I know that he's not like that though.
Yeah.
But where do people figure that out?
But that also is probably more within the person and their viewpoint of the other person. Probably not really like so. It's
then
like
it might be on their ego.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an ego thing.
It's just
per person.
The opposite way, maybe.
Yeah.
Potential. So, great example. Like, my squat on Wednesday is probably like, those are like some of the most authentic moments to me.
Yeah.
Because I literally am trying to test myself. Whatever comes out of my mouth, however I look, I can be myself completely here at the gym. And so all of those things, they're not like manufactured. But some people could be looking at it.
But I'm sure there's one person that scrolls by your post.
More than one.
And they say, Corey's been doing this squat program for, 20 years or some shit, and I still squat more than him.
Yeah, no question.
There's people that scroll
and
by.
And why don't people care about my squat? Meaning that person. Yeah, 100% true.
But then it's also like, it's, again, not your ego, because you don't give a fuck if they squat more than you. You're just doing it for yourself.
So
Correct.
Do you think it's more of just an ego thing based on the per person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That's a perception of like in their personal ego, how they feel about it.
Yeah. I would
people love to feel that way about me, by the way.
And it's people that aren't confident in themselves, though.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And so when you have a great point. So when you have a true confidence, it's not from this side, because I'm posting my actual true, just like Cole said for his, it's really about them. So that's why I never really cared, because once I understood that, I was like, well, I can't really change. And I have at times, from Muscle Farm to working with my other partner, like I would change things about what I would post because I would think how they would view it. And I'm thinking, why am I looking from their eyes when I just need to be authentic Corey?
Yeah, it's your page.
It could be like an insecurity or something like that too.
Yeah, I would drip in their insecurity. Why would I do that? Because I've been spending all these years to be me. Fuck
something else
everyone.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But to even think about that fucks up, what you're about. And I don't like that.
So all right. So let's say you are one of those.
I still don't think I answered the question, because I still don't think I really know the line that well.
I mean, this is a pretty deep topic just in general. But all right, now let's say you're the person who is saying I squat more than you. Mm-hmm. Like, why do I feel that way? Like, what do you think? Like, how can I then analyze myself and go, why the fuck do I care?
Yeah, you care because you want the acceptance from the people
like
that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So how do you?
But see my point to this whole thing is, if this is 1997 and I can do that and there's no social media, I'm still doing it. Yeah. That's the difference between me and the rest of everybody else.
So like, let's just say,
I wouldn't need anybody but the guy spotting me to tell me good job.
Yeah. How can we help the people who have the ego get fucking rid of the ego?
Here, everyone has this, right? So I'm starting to get closer to what Trey's trying to get out of us. Is if I have that thought, I check myself. Because it's so easy for me all these years to see the dudes I know that take drugs, that have quote unquote more success or more money or whatever it is, for me to just go right there, right? And I might even like them and still think that. So I still have to like check myself sometimes and go, gee, but that wasn't your decision. That's their decision. The person that you like them, whether you believe this or that, like if you don't want to fuck with them, just don't follow them or pay attention anymore. But you can't let it like creep into you because you feel that way. But that's all like, those kind of like doubt, ego, fucking pussitis that creeps into everybody, that they think about us, that you potentially think about someone else. If I feel that thought kind of roll in, one, I know it's completely negative for the entire shit I got going on. I try to like kind of wash that away like instantly. And I try to like check myself and go, why you feel that way? Because dude, if there's hate in your heart, you're fucked. It's just the fucking truth. It's only going to hinder you long term. So even people we've worked with in the past, I try not to like fucking look at any of their stuff. I try not to really like care about it, comment on it, think about it. I just don't do it, because it's just bringing in that, then the ego starts popping up to go like, well, fuck, I know that shit's like, I could call it all out, but it's really like, there's really no like,
well, yeah, I think
there's no benefit to it. It only really hurts me. Mm-hmm. So once again, that's just my ego like taking over to care about someone else's. But that's why like when I'm done working with someone or a situation, hard breaks, just done. And then I move on.
I think it does come down to like awareness though, but then like asking yourself the right questions.
Yeah, why do I feel this way? Yeah, why am I a little pussy ass bitch right now?
Well, I just think about like with like my training, like I'm like, I could sit here and post all the stuff that I'm doing, but if I post this laundry list of stuff, I'm like, why do I feel the need to do that? Because I see people do that in that community all the time.
Sure.
And I feel like they're like seeking some sort of validation or something like that.
Potentially.
And like, before I'm like, maybe like I like would want to post it, and then I'm like, now it's like I could care less if somebody knows I went and rocked 12 miles.
The other thing too, Danny, is like it's really not tied to your income at all, really, right? You're posting. Now, you're a personality now on the Roundtable.
Small
Real
arms.
talk. I mean, you are. So there is going to be things as we gain in popularity. Same with Trey too. It's like you're going to want to maybe post more to showcase you're going to have fans. You already have fans. I'm just giving.
There's a lot of people asking for that link.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people.
Link.
And if you get so, hey, hold on. This is where I'm going with this. If
it.
you get enough people on your page, then you will have the swipe up capabilities, and that could be.
I don't even know where that threshold is.
It's at 10,000. You need 10,000 small arms.
Yeah. Small arms army will be out here.
Army.
So I'm just saying that I think that it's partly with me. I have to showcase the stuff because that's tied to what we do completely, right? So here I've gotten worse about it, and I'm sure you guys like I post less frequently than I used to. I have to force myself to post. It's almost like because it's weathered me over all these years and things that I've mentioned, and but I know if I don't post, flip this the opposite way, then my impact's not as good.
Yeah.
Because the way you guys all know me is from posting. Mm-hmm. So, and the reason I was posting was because there was hopefully some type of direct thing that could impact, whether it was workout, this type of content, whatever. So I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I'm not, because I'm not giving myself a growth potential or the amount of things I see still on a daily basis of impact that happens that I'm not aware of. Because I was. So that's like, so I have to push myself the opposite direction.
For sure.
Because I used to be like crazy about it. And now I think it's because I'm older and I've been doing it for so long, So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the good and bad side of the social media.
It is.
Yeah.
But also is tied to confidence and ego and all that too.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, do I like when people know who I am or they're impacted? Of course. Everyone likes that. That's like, that is like validation. But if you only hang it on that this one had 100 likes, like I don't think I've ever deleted something because it got less likes than what I thought it would.
Yeah. That's
like I don't think I can
telltale
hang
sign.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things I thought, well, this should fucking kill it. But then you have all these other things, the algorithm and all that. I mean, I used to get like fucking 50,000 views on a bad curl video when Instagram came out. You know what I mean? Everything worked. So there's so many other factors. Like if your confidence in an algorithmed world is tied to you had 12 likes over 22 likes, you need to really like check some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. But here's the other thing is this has just popped in my head though. When I saw Trey on the live talking about the clothing, I saw like a whole different level of confidence I didn't even know was there because it's what he does, right? The vintage stuff is what Trey does amongst other things, but like that's what he really loves. So then when I saw that, I was like, man, this is so authentic. You're fucking laughing, smiling, fucking there's people in the comments. You're fucking talking about beefy tags and fucking all this like shit I didn't even know what it was. I'm telling you, I'll never forget it because Trey, I got to see a whole different version of you like you had no clue I was even on there, obviously. And it's like, yeah, of course. And I'm just like laying in bed, like talking to Rachel, getting ready to like go to sleep. And I see your shit pop up and I'm like, well, fuck, what the hell's Trey got going on? He don't ever go live. You know what I mean? You don't fucking barely talk. So I fucking go on there and I'm like, look at this motherfucker. So it's like me in the exercise world, right?
Yeah.
That's what I got to see from you. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, this, and that's why I've been more pro, trying to ask more about the vintage, anything I can help, like try to talk, because I know that's like your sweet spot, right? I think you've learned to love some of this other stuff because you've had so many reps in it. But the reality is that's what you do. That's what you love. That's what you've built. That's what it is. And so that confidence, if you can, that right there is the fucking sauce. No, and what I've done is been able to take my exercise confidence and put it into everything else. It's just like what I saw that night on that live. So I think that like people got to try to figure out, how do I feel when I get to that spot where it's like, that's my thing. And I could talk to anybody about it. Dude, Andon, he'll barely talk to you. You want to talk to him about fishing? Better sit down. You know what I mean?
Remember I went to like a powerlifting meet with you. It was like, I don't know, like literally like a month or two after I moved down here.
Yeah.
And I remember me and Andon went, and I remember me and him were sitting in the front row, and and like I'd never obviously like been around Andon at all.
Yeah.
But we watched football videos.
He'll watch
like NFL,
Antonio Brown videos all day.
We watched like NFL videos the whole time now.
So it's like, but it's once again, it's like, if people can bottle and feel what that is, and then it starts to transition into other things or just how you operate daily, that's what you're looking for, I think. And then, maybe some people don't realize what that is.
When you find that thing that you just can't shut up about.
Correct. That's, to me, like what I think a real excitement / confidence kind of feels like. If people can't really put their finger on it, or in it.
Yeah. This is some deep stuff.
I'm not even going to look at you.
Some deep stuff.
This is some real shit.
Some real shit out here in the streets.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else, Cole? How long is this? How long are we at? 30? 40? Okay. This is heavy, though. But there's some good laughter in there, though.
It has to be like a lot of self-awareness. It has to be a lot of like, if you're feeling, kind of jealous or, you see, Trey's having success with the vintage and like, why am I not in a position where I'm this confident and stuff? It's probably your own personal situation. So
no question.
You gotta think, how can I get in that situation? Because like, I could say that there's, a million other creatives who have these spots on this thing, but I'm good with my situation. I'm excited for those people. I think turning it to where instead of being jealous about like what someone has or what someone's doing, being,
you got to turn the hate in your heart around.
Yeah.
And to start having conversations.
It should make Cole want it more.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. And see what those people are doing, good and bad, like just like in a third party view.
Yeah. Because like, to be honest, I ain't trying to fucking be like no one else. I'm not trying to do what anyone else is doing.
No, fuck
no. Straight up.
Just starting to have conversations with them too, and bouncing ideas off them. Those are the best people to go to.
I mean, honestly, dude, like anyone will hate on anything that they don't fucking know, or they'll hate on someone that they don't know. It's
well. The other thing is, I think like just even having this like internal dialogue in general, I don't even know if people even really think about this stuff, guys.
No, because I mean,
well, I don't think they
like at all.
If someone's never,
I like where Danny's going.
If someone's never talked to us and they see us putting ourselves out, they probably think like fuck these guys. But if they would just message us and have a conversation, be like, now my perception's completely changed.
I know people think that about me. I fucking love it. Fuck that guy. What the fuck's this guy think he's doing? Motherfucker, I'm walking right to the bank.
All you gotta do is
That's what the fuck I'm doing. That's what the fuck I'm doing. And I lift weights and get paid.
Jesus.
That's what the fuck I'm doing. What the fuck are you doing? Who are you again?
They're taking the package.
I love when you ask, what do you do for a living?
Yeah, especially when somebody gives me exercise advice. I love that part. Maybe that's ego, Trey.
That is. I would say that's where the ego starts to come out.
That's just comedy.
Yeah.
That
because I already know the answer.
That is where the ego starts to come out, though. Because like, dude, if some other creative person would come up to me and be like, "I don't like how you do this," blah blah blah. Well, I would like view that. It would probably I get a little feel emotional about that, but it's because I know what the fuck I'm doing and I know why I'm doing it.
But I would argue is that because you're confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Right.
Because I like to not prove. I like to showcase that it's not my hobby.
Yeah.
Exercise is a lot of people's hobby.
I think that's what it is. Because like we put so much time into trying to fucking get to this level.
Dude, it took me 15 years to figure out anabolic fasting. I've been looking for that or whatever. So I've been doing it for almost 10. Yeah, for at least 10. Like trying to find a better way. And so like that wasn't like I don't take that lightly. It didn't just come up one day. I was trying like a million fucking strategies. Because I fucking hated the diets I was doing. I felt like shit. So it's like, I don't like, and then you come out of nowhere and go, whoa, blah, 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 blah. If I can get out of here. You're an accountant. I need accountants too. I'm not hating on accountants. I'm just saying, but don't give me diet advice. So I just think like there's.
I feel like that, in my opinion, that's not ego though. Because like you just said, you've been working on that for 10, 15 plus
forever.
Years.
Yeah.
So
I would tell myself
you should have all the confidence in that realm.
I would tell myself constantly there's a better way. I just haven't figured it out yet. And then when I figured it out, after I ate a bag of chips on a Friday, I think I figured it out. And I was like, and I still look sexy.
Jeez.
My internal dialogue is pretty legendary. I like what you said though, Cole, about not trying to be like anyone else though. I think that is really important.
Yeah.
I think you can get inspiration from other people. There's people you're going to take pieces from, but like really doubling down and being authentically confident about Cole Susak, Trey, Danny, Court, like being happy with that and building on it is so epic because it's a copycat. Want to be like, and people can front a lot with what's going on nowadays.
And I mean, I just know that there's not probably another creative person out there who is he loves powerlifting, loves working out, trains at 4 a.m., does all the shit that I do.
It's unique,
So
yeah, I think that's really important because I would always challenge myself all the time to be like, yo, like I'm meant to do great things. I'm gonna push myself to the limits. I know no one else is like me. I'm going to make sure that no one else is like I'm going to be that different in a very saturated space. And I was able to do that in good, bad, or indifferent. It's worked. But I think that's pushing yourself like that's important, especially if you're going to be out there. So
I think the other thing, too, is like you kind of fall into the comparison trap, too. People constantly are comparing themselves. And like social media is like the breeding ground for that. Like it's so easy.
Yeah, I would have to check myself on that for sure.
Yeah.
Why am I not entitled to having more people than this guy?
Yeah.
Obviously I didn't do something he did.
What's your advice or directives?
I think once again that when the hate comes in, you're drinking that haterade a little bit. You gotta basically like, you gotta flip the camera to the selfie,
the perspective,
and go, it's right here. It's not out there. It's right here. So a great example, like, dude, we've watched Ben Patrick absolutely murder it, and he's just fucking. We talked about his content schedule. It's a lot of the same stuff. Because he's drilling down what he knows. Mm-hmm. It's actually inspired me. Originally, I'm like, well, fuck this guy. Like, you originally go, like, fuck, this guy's killing it. Like, why isn't my shit popping like that? And I started looking and go, he's just doubling down on that fucking very specific, like, and then it's inspiring. Mm-hmm. So I let it be, I don't have any problems. I let it be hate for fucking 30 seconds. Then I flipped it and go, no, G. You can learn from this dude, even though you've been in the game longer, do whatever. None of that fucking matters. But that dude really has had life-changing stuff, very specific spots. Fucking, he's killing it. I mean, it's great. But the things I was able to offer, like as we were friends early on, fuck, I'm flipping right back. I'm asking him shit. I'm not too proud. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. He's really done great. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. But I think you got to flip it real quick because then if not, like it just eats at you and then for no reason other than like those people that you're looking up to, they had to go through this too, and you got to sort through it, and that's just part of it. So, I think it was some good shit. Mm-hmm. Good, Trey?
This is a locker rocker episode.
This is really good.
Episode.
Yeah.
Gotta fucking dig deep into yourself.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. We kept some good comedy throughout it too, but sometimes the really deep stuff, people have a hard time going there.
Yeah.
Have the hard conversation with yourself.
Well, at least it's really not with anyone else, right? It really is with yourself, which is a great thing. It's like, I think that stuff, if you can catch it, you'll be happier and you can flip it and then you can work on it and then you can grow from it. I think that is all. And I think I've attempted to do that in this kind of crazy space of no social media to comparison to, thinking if I post that, like I've had to sort through a lot of those thoughts over the years, but then I realized like double down on myself, keep building confidence, keep impacting. It all works out. So. All right, Roundtable, great episode. I'm your boy, Corey G. That's Small Arms Danny. At Trey Speedin, the graphic gangster himself, Cole Susak. Share it with your friends. 5-star rating. We appreciate y'all. Forgot to mention, it's brought to you by MaxEffortMuscle.com, and we are out. Peace.